Hello and welcome to our first look at King Arthur Legion 9. This is a game, tactical squad-based combat game where you play as a undead Roman legion who has entered the realm of Avalon, basically King Arthur's England. And I'm not entirely certain what we're doing there or why we've come back from the dead, but I'm very excited to get into it. It is the somewhat sequel slash standalone title to King Arthur's Knight's Tale, which was all about playing as the knights under King Arthur. And I heard a lot of really good things about, so I've been very curious to see what it's like. We have a classic mode and a roguelike mode. Progress is automatically saved. There's no manual saving. Every decision you mistake is permanent. I mean, yes. That seems to be the way for me. We'll go hard. Seems reasonable. I had no idea this game had a roguelike mode. That's very fun. Undead never die. If a Roman hero falls in battle, he will rise up at the end of an encounter. Now, I never played the previous one, but I watched a little bit of the gameplay of it before, and it looked really nice. It looked really fun. Looked like a good, satisfying squad combat. And I do love the undead.
Another pit of the underworlds. Again.
This is not the underworlds. As a flamen of Orcus, the priest of the Lord of the Dead, I can feel the difference.
This is just England.
Just look around.
Volcanoes are the gates to the underworlds. We are almost free. Believe me, Tribunus.
How can you be so certain?
I've been sensing the presence of a Roman shrine for a while. It beckoned to me like a sacred flame. That couldn't happen in the underworlds.
A Roman shrine? Could we be back in Italy?
Orcus, very famous. God of the orcs. Romans, orcs, basically the same thing.
It is definitely not Italia. We are somewhere else. Somewhere more dangerous and well protected. The simple
What makes you
fact
say that?
We seem to have arrived without our soldiers.
The legionaries have crossed the worlds with us until now. What went wrong?
I have no idea. This place is ancient. I can feel it, but I need to know more.
We may not have much time before this land banishes us as
Whatever
well.
protects this land from invaders, it is very powerful. We will use that power to fulfill our emperor's wish.
Man, your guy's emperor is super long dead.
At least I'm here to protect you, my Tribunus.
We have this sick demon with us as well. I love everybody's cool demon hats. Basic controls. We've got the WASD. We've also got right click to move. Spin the camera. We've got Gaius Julius Mento with the barbed blade. Plutonius Nerva, who is a mage, melee. And Octavius Remus, who is a shielded melee. So we got like a dual wielder, a shielder, and a wizard.
Do you hear that? Birds. Can you remember seeing any birds or trees down there?
If you mean living birds or trees, then the answer is no. That is our reward for the struggle.
17 gold. Oh, this game is giving me a lot of, like, there might be hidden loot around. Sulfur quarry. That's a good thing to mine out of a gateway to hell.
Lord, have mercy on us.
Get back here, peasants. I need to learn how to fight.
Did you see it? Living flesh.
Let's follow them. They'll probably lead us to a settlement.
Romans, famous for dual wielding and mages.
Now it belongs to the Legion.
And scrolls. Scout the nearby forest and follow the commoners. Can I? I wonder. I feel like this wizard should be in the back. Yeah, I want these guys on the front. There we go. That seems like a good layout. We have healing potions. I picked up a scroll, but I don't know what it does. And I can't figure out how to open any kind of inventory. But I guess they'll probably teach
Do you
me
believe me now, Tribunus?
as the game goes
I honestly
on.
don't know. but you might be right.
Why aren't you working, slave?
The monsters crawled out of the burning pit.
Ooh.
What strange-looking Italians.
I never said we are
Mamma
inattentive.
mia.
Whatever. Let's talk to them.
Hello, friendly Italians.
Go! Raise the camp! Halt, ugly spirits! Return to your pit.
I'm not an Adonis anymore, but you don't look any better.
In the name of the old gods, I command you again. Leave.
Let's turn it around. You go away while I let you.
I don't know what kind of spirits you are, but I warn you. This land is under the protection of the old gods. Leave now.
Man, our gods are maybe older than yours. Let's put it into this. I'm obviously going to have to fight these dweebs some way or another. Find the Pict camps, scout the nearby forest. Basic fight. Ah. Spend your action points in battle. Each hero has a set amount of AP, which refill at the start of every turn. Select a skill, highlighted areas change in color, etc., etc. Pretty basic. We have strike, jumping attack, jump to the target and deal damage, and invocation of Mars. Weapon damage is increased by 25. AP cost 4, 3, and 1. Range 2 to 4. Why don't we hit him with the invocation? Hit him with the jump strike. And then don't do anything else. Consume all remaining AP to save them for the next turn. The hero will reserve 1, 2, or 3 for every 1, 3, and 6. I guess I have 2 points. Movement AP cannot be reserved. Overwatch. Consume all remaining AP when enemies enter the selected turn. For every 3 AP, you can overwatch. And then end turn. I guess I'm going to reserve. This guy's got strike. He's got shield bash and protective shield. 3 orbiting shields around the target ally for 3 turns. For the duration, each shield can fully negate 1 incoming hit. If I move here... Oh, it looks like I will take damage. I mean, I kind of feel like I should protective shield our champion homie here. If I can't kill him, typically in squad-based combats, if you can't kill someone, you just need to try and negate as much as you can. And then this guy's got a ranged attack that deals more damage the more hurt a target is. 50% against unharmed enemies, up to a maximum of 150 at enemies below 50% vitality. So that's pretty good for him. Establishes a link between 2 enemies that are no further away than 4 tiles. Damage and status against linked units affect each other. And then the target loses 50% of its current vitality for 1 turn. That costs 3. That costs 5. Can I? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if that counts. Like, it does a diagonal count as 1 move? It looks like it counts as 2. So if I was to say go here, hit this guy with the unholy conduit, and then end his turn. Boom. Shields. That guy rages us. This guy hides behind some cover. No problem, easy.
No need to be afraid.
Strike. Big problem is I can't really get that close to these dweebs. You can get in against this guy. Even though it'll kind of take you everything. And then you're a wizard, Harry. One, two, three, four. They are staying exactly too far apart for me to be able to do anything. Let's sap his energy. In the hopes that we can reach him. You're going to block everything.
You hit me fair.
Fair and square.
You really want to kill me, don't you?
I mean, it's really hard not to just do jumping attacks on everybody. Hiya!
This is gonna hurt a bit.
You deal to every unit in a 3 area wide and knock back the middle target. Alternatively,
Eternal Rome.
I can just stab you a bunch. And then probably kill you with that. Move so we have line of sight, and then
Learn your place.
famous Romans, known for their
You're right.
life-draining
This
abilities.
is not Italia, but I have an educated guess who
Are those
these
guys also
barbarians.
dead? I'm not sure. Speak, you have a lot of
These were
explaining
Pict
to do.
warriors. Sulla and I fought them once in Eboracum. I remember these painted devils clearly.
Aberracum.
Centuries after your death, it was a Roman province in the north of Britannia. There I met Sulla before I persuaded him to recruit a legion in Tartarus.
I know where Britannia is. Rome conquered that land too.
Yes, it was taken by your glorious kinsman, Julius Caesar, Rome's greatest general.
I've learned a lot about him, heard a lot about him. He lived a few decades after me.
Emperor Sulla has a huge respect for him. That is why he chose you as his tribunus. Your bloodline is noble. You are from the best dynasties of Rome.
It's great to be the tribunus of a dead army. It is glorious indeed.
Exactly. The best soldiers who ever served Rome during its long history. Legionnaires who were once ready to die for Rome. Like you, Gaius Julius Mento.
So we would be in Britannia
Well, we are
then.
definitely not in Britannia. This land is magical. I can feel it. It's not the underworlds, but it's still connected to the afterlife and the gods.
All right, I have no more questions. They somehow managed to make the voice acting even worse? I don't mind it too much.
The reward justifies the deed.
I would always rather voice acting over no voice acting, generally. You are already dead. Your character can fall in battle, but they can't die again. As long as one of them is still standing when the battle is over, the demon bond between them will revive the others. Ah, so we're not just undead, we're demonic undead. I see.
They seem to be
Humans.
terrified of the legionnaires here.
A mirror would explain the reason why much better than I could.
Anyway, fear is good.
I'm gonna guess that campfire is probably the Pict camp. I want to complete all of these little side objectives. Look for some loot as well. Piggies. We have no use for you.
Look, cattle. There must be people in this village.
The Villaggio. Not as much loot as I expected. Convenient that we can't die. It is kind
This
of
village
nice.
is empty. Where is everyone?
They're hiding.
Not everyone. Look,
A brave soul. Nope.
Salve, legionnaires.
Salve.
I am afraid, but I had no choice. The masters sent me to talk to you.
The painted pics?
Yes. We are all their slaves here. They make us collect sulfur from the burning pit.
You're a brave woman. Roman by any chance?
Yes, I am. My mother was. My name is Flora. There are a few former citizens of Nova Roma around here.
This is wrong. No Roman should become a slave to barbarians.
And yet this is what happened. One day they came, slaughtered our people, and made the survivors their slaves. We had no chance against them. Perhaps you will save us.
Maybe I will.
Thank you. Be aware.
Maybe I
The
won't.
masters are watching you, even now. They are planning to ambush you as soon as I give them the sign. I'll have to. Please be prepared.
No, we made some friends. The mom was named Fauna, yes, and the father was named Flora.
That used to be our colony. Once a
And she is
Roman
also
city.
named Flora.
Now it's
all
just
very
haunted
confusing.
ruins.
We must visit
It is
this
down
Nova
in the
Roma.
valley. An hour's walk from here. But the road leads through the main camp of our masters. I don't know what kind of monsters you are, but even you won't have it easy.
We will handle these barbarians. Was that the signal? Run and cower. Picked, chosen, picked warrior, painted bowman. And we also have a picked warrior there. What's the range on that like? Oh, I only have to move a little bit. Alley-oop. So close. This guy's bleeding, which I'm going to assume means he dies. Though I'll be real, I'm not entirely certain. I think I better put some shields on this mage because he's going to get attacked by that guy. And then I'm going to move here, and I guess I'm going to overwatch. Probably makes the most sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still not in range. Now, I could just kill this guy. Bleeding, too. Hold on here. Hold control to stick info. Suffers 2 damage at the start of their turn and after every action. So he's not going to die immediately, but he'll get 1 attack and then die. I feel like that could be okay. This takes 4 points. This takes 5 points. Really inconvenient that you can't wombo combo them together. Because Grave Conduit is not going to do a lot of damage right now. Except to that guy. In fact, it's going to do basically no damage to anybody. So let's just pop that dweeb. Oh, I can link them together. Oh, well, we might as well. So that's good to know. You can kind of like see how much range that has. Third skill does a ton of damage. Yeah, but it's only for a single turn. They heal it back like immediately. So unless you're prepared to finish them off, it doesn't really do too much. This dude has become invulnerable. Unfortunately, he sucked up the Overwatch. We're going to go here. That takes 3. This only takes 1. So let's do our Invocation of Mars. And then try to kill this dweeb. Da. 15 damage versus 5 damage. This guy hasn't gone yet. So I'm actually kind of thinking, let's drop this Death Hex on him. I was kind of hoping that would affect the pick chosen as well. No such luck.
Attack!
And then...
Forward!
Oh, because he's still invulnerable. It doesn't do any damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. This might hurt. This guy's got a rage. He's going to knock off one of those shields. We're doing some good block. And then I'm stunnered with a backstab. During combat, you can use potions with your heroes if they have them in their inventory. With potions, you can heal yourself, replenish armor, or even AP. Using a potion costs 1 AP. Do we have infinite potions? If you link 2 enemies and deal 50%, second enemy won't heal? Good question. Is there an order you have to use their turns in, or can you choose whoever hasn't gone yet? It does appear that there is not an order. You can do them in any way you want. That's 11. Can I kill you with that? This feels like it should do more damage, right? 6 to 8. I don't think this calculates. Up to 150 weapon damage if below 50% vitality. No, I guess I'm incorrect on that. Well, we'll finish him off and we'll kind of get on the block here. We can do some damage to him. That only works for 2 turns. And that guy is stunned. So our poor tank is definitely going to die here.
Hercules.
But that's okay. Because they're kind of meant to die. Do you have enough to Grave Conduit him? You do. For 18 damage. If I step forward, that would be 3. And then I could jump attack the other guy. My other question, though, is if I just attack the pick chosen, can I kill this guy through the wombo combo? The answer is yes. One might even say a resounding yes. I would like to hit this guy. But I see now the problem. I've put myself in the way. Ah.
We are not friends anymore.
He has gone invulnerable again. And stunned me. That's awful.
I'm still here.
Out. Zap. And our homie comes back to life because we're undead monsters.
Thank you, Legionnaires.
Replenish 1 AP, costs 1 AP. It's a bit of a weird, confusing thing.
They are slaves, like me. If you really attack the main camp,
Cool.
they will be there to help you.
I see they have weapons, but can they
Are
fight?
not warriors like you, but they are our best. And they want to fight for their freedom.
Let's see what they're capable of.
This is an insult to Rome. The Pict savages must die. The 9th Legion will restore order to the world.
Fiat Ordo.
I see. Our potions are limited. And we don't heal after fights. We come back to life, but we don't, like, magically regain all of our HP. It's the road to Nova Roma. I'd like to know about this scroll. Is there... We picked up a scroll earlier. Map, pause, soldier stats, free targeting, morality, and character sheets. C and M. M is map, not morality, and C doesn't seem to do anything, so... For now, let us continue our exploration of the forest. Potion! But who gets it? The real question. You don't regain the green part, but you do regain the orange part? No orange anymore? I was like, what orange part? I don't see an orange part. Saw a campfire on the map, might be a place to heal. Yeah, I'm gonna work my way over there. I would guess that's just the Pict's camp, but
What the?
Stand back while I count the spoils.
oh, qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Ruins. Perhaps that is the sanctuary that led you here, Flamen.
I felt a much stronger force. This is just a roadside shrine, but it's an encouraging sign indeed.
The shrine will unleash the following power: lasting protection, 25% armor until the end of the current mission. Select a hero. I think all of my armor is destroyed already. Yeah. Well, we got 1 point of armor back. It's better than nothing. You played King Arthur. I guess they changed the mechanic. Ooh. Buggies. This is the campfire. It's a campfire made of skulls, so that does seem like it's probably made for us.
Stand back while I count the spoils.
And a
I can
chest.
sense magic. Something is hiding there. Approach with caution.
Maybe we shouldn't go any closer.
What are you, some sort of coward? I thought you were men of Rome.
I smell magic.
Lasting bless. 25% damage until the end of the next mission. Let's put that on Plutonius Nerva. I'm gonna go back and do that thing. I'm just hungry for loot.
Look,
I am a little loot goblin at heart.
everything in that chest belongs to the Legion.
Everything in Rome belongs to the Legion. Let's go try to fight that monster. I want to see how the campfire works. We got our loot. We're slightly wounded, but if it's maybe only one bug, it might not be too bad. It's a lot more than one bug. Worm of the Earth. They have knockdown immunity. They do poison damage on their attacks. Worm of the Deep. All right, I can one-shot this guy. I guess a bit of the question is, like, how close do I really want to get?
Bow to Orcus.
Can this guy cast shield on himself? The answer to that is a resounding yes. So I think I'm actually just going to move back one and then overwatch in this direction. Do I need to have played the previous game for this to make sense? It doesn't seem like it. I haven't played the previous game, so for what that's worth. How do I want to handle this? Oh, I can't stand on that pig. That guy could get there. Yeah, we'll keep an overwatch. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to use Grave Conduit here. I'm a little confused about how Death Hex works. Like, whether or not they automatically get it back at the beginning of their next turn. I think I'm just going to hit them with a regular Grave Conduit. They get it back, like, right away. Yeah, okay. What does Necrosis do? Suffers 1 to 2 damage at the start of their turn. Damage increases by 100% every turn. Physical debuff resist reduces the rate of damage per turn. Okay, and you're going to reserve. You're on Overwatch. Overwatch. Does that not trigger Overwatch when they worm their way in? Oh, man, there's a lot of them. I mean, it's treasure and a campfire, so... Oh, that sucks. It didn't trigger Overwatch at all. You can shield bash, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... Unholy Chain. You and you. I'm going to let this guy do a shield bash. That is just enough to kill that Worm of the Deep. 8 to 11. That would do 16 damage. That does quite a bit. Yeah, I think so. Whoa, 1 and 1. 1 and 1. But they both have Necrosis, right? At the start of their turn, they suffer 1 to 2 damage, so both of them should be killed. I'm debating whether or not I save that Invocation of Mars for next turn, because I can probably just double tap this guy. That felt like the right decision to do. I don't want him to be attacked on the back. It's not entirely clear how that ability works. I think if he moves, he's going to get stuck. So why don't we just do reserve, 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 and hope that the two of those guys died. You can turn your guys. You can turn without moving.
Legion.
Ah, just by clicking.
Never mind the fangs and horns.
Thank you very
From
much.
the bowels of hell.
This guy, I guess, can turn that way too. Nice. The two of them die. A little bit of poison. And everybody else can't quite reach us, I don't think. Brilliant. So... you're going to pop that invocation.
The Imperator is my shield.
If I did that, I could probably strike and kill the two of them. It's... yes. Success. And then I'm going to save reserve. And then if I strike you, you can finish him with the big blast. And then it's only the tiny guy left.
The Imperator is my shield.
Who it looks like we can block without an issue. Jump slash. Hey!
Battle to remember.
We handled that decently well. Resting areas. You can come across resting areas throughout the map. Your heroes use these opportunities to regain health or armor. Well, first I'm going to open this chest.
Filling the Legion's coffers.
Rune of Minerva weapon Vexillium. $63. Hexes are cool once you specialize in it. They at start, hey, but kind of meh. Recover 50% of vitality or 50% of lost armor. Armor is subtracted from any hits damaged, but only the difference is suffered. Depending on the damaging skills, armor breaking the target will lose some armor. Oh, so I bet this is like because we fought the big hammer guy, he broke our armor. Hard to say what's the more value here, but I feel like the armor is the answer. I can at least heal the damage with potions. Okay, but we only get one rest. Noted. We have one more forest, one more Pict slaver. What happens if you double-click one of the character portraits? Nothing. There is meant to be a character menu, but I think it's just like we haven't unlocked it yet. Seems to be the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, maybe I should like use this healing potion before I go in here. I'd like to be able to give a healing potion over to my tank, but... Pict camp? Pict camp. If it's linked to KA, you can only see it outside of the combat map.
This is something to consider. They're counting on us from this direction.
Exploring the area before battle rewards you with information. The more deployment areas you discover, the more tactical options you have. You can select any area you've discovered for deployment. Okay. So let's go around. We sneak these? Okay, this is obviously the way to do it.
We are expected from the opposite direction. We can surprise them from here.
Surprise, mother truckers. We're on your back line. Select your heroes one by one and then place them in the green area. With a right-click button. Picked fighter, pick warrior, pick chieftain. Okay, but we can absolutely just like ice both of these archers right away. Oh, and some of our homies are with us. Do I even want to link these guys? I was thinking about the unholy chain here, but it's got a cooldown of 3 turns. And I feel like putting that on the fighters is going to be more valuable because we should be able to like pretty much one-shot these dweebs. That costs 4, that costs 3. 10 to 16, 5 to 8. Yeah, let's, I guess, just jumping attack. And then we can finish him. Technically, this guy is a little bit further. Let's do this in baby steps. 1, 2, 3. That does count as the same movement. Which is interesting. I guess I'm thinking about the protective shield, but I actually don't have the points to do it. You could kill either one of them. You could guarantee kill as well. So let's just do that. And we'll turn you out. We'll nuke this dweeb. Backstab attack. Ooh, okay, I see. Then we'll reserve. And end turn. When the icon has a blood drop, it means you're backstabbing them, which increases the damage 25%. Okay, that is very good to know. All right, I guess they're going to deal with them, so we'll try to link the 2 of these dweebs together, or maybe him together. Eldritch Blast! Oh, these guys are getting slaughtered. Oh my god. They don't stand a chance. Pick fighter, pick warrior, pick warrior. Is it 50% of damage? No, it's just all damage. So I can reach this guy and attack him. But I can't really reach anybody else. So I think I will unholy chain you. Probably to him. Makes the most sense to me. Then Gaius Julius Mento. I could use my double damage here, but it feels like it would be a bit of a waste.
Stay still.
This guy has weakness. This guy does not. I could throw a protective shield on my ally. AP cost 3. Can I put it on the scouts? I mean, if this guy soaks up 3 hits before dying, that kind of seems like it would be valuable. The other guy's weakened, so I'm like less concerned about him. And then I tell you what, we'll just move here. You can't really get a shot on them, but you could get a shot on him. We might as well take it. Gives you that tasty necrosis change. This guy is now bleeding and necrosis, so I think he's dead, actually.
Don't wait for my orders.
Assuming our allies don't just do this, which kind of works well for us. Stacking some poisson. This guy gets a heal, and then Eldritch Blast. Oh my god, my scouts! They're so good. I'm gonna say let's put you... Can you hit anybody with that? Technically, yes. That worked out very well, right? Yeah, the shielding worked brilliantly. I can just attack twice here, so I think that's going to be the play.
Tartarus awaits.
I mean, you could just kill him. Which it's hard to say no to.
Oh, we just want to steal your souls.
Because I could then move up with this guy. And do like an Overwatch. Now, obviously, he's a little bit wounded.
Ready.
But that feels like a good decision. I forgot we have our suicide homies with us. God bless them. Oh, I should have moved one less. I could have done an Invocation of Mars into a jumping attack there. Ah, well. Yeah, if I had reserved here, that could have worked better for us. You can't quite reach him with that. Or that. But it looks like if I move here, I'd have line of sight. And still be in attack range. Pretty big damage. Or 50% of its vitality is not quite as much. Blast them. 23, big hit. And now all these guys get to go, and Necrosis gets to hit him, so I don't think he's killing anybody. Suck it, pit slavers. Let's go, baby.
You did it. You really did it. You killed the masters.
I told them you shouldn't call them masters.
Yes, I am sorry.
What happened to Nova
Yeah,
Roma?
It has been destroyed, but I don't know how. The Flamina ordered us to flee to the mountain before chaos swallowed us all.
Chaos! Tell me more about chaos.
I'm not smart enough for that.
Oh,
But
okay.
the Flamina was right. Everything went wrong. Everything. Since then, I never dared to leave the mountain again.
All right, who is the Flamina?
She was a strong woman. She was the priestess of the goddess Vesta and the leader of Nova Roma. Our leader.
All right, she's dead.
Otherwise, she would have come for us. Otherwise, the barbarians couldn't have conquered us.
That's right.
She's gone with her beloved city.
Well, how do you know
No
the city
doubt
was
about it.
destroyed then?
The barbarians told us.
Ah, well,
Even
that's a
we
lie
didn't
then.
dare go down there. The ones who tried never returned. They said the dead ruled the city.
Where are the dead?
After all this time, I'm free again. Thank you, stranger. I pray to the gods for you. Who are you?
I am Gaius Julius Mento, Tribunus of the 9th Legion.
I want to thank you again for setting me free.
Are they all my slaves? Good question. We're conquering. We're also undead. These are humans. I think they are all our slaves.
Oh, yes, of course. Forgive me, Master. I'm just a silly woman. I meant no disrespect.
My other slaves will learn from your mistake. We can start combat with her. Oh, or as their owners, I could also make them free men. I don't really care for fighting them. There's no point in doing that. Get out of my sight. I may have need for these slaves later. When you complete all main objectives on a level, you can exit via the mission button, or you can choose to explore the rest of the mission. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad that we're not immediately, like, kicked out. Because I do want to look for loot. We should liberate our Roman brother-in-law. Treasure. Treasure. See?
We served our pay.
Rune of Mars for weapons. I'm assuming I'm going to get the inventory screen in between things. You can only equip and manage your loot between missions or on the adventure map. Correctamundo. Okay.
The sanctuary that calls me is near.
His name was Esther, hence the name.
This road leads to Nova Roma, and I sense the sanctuary in the very same direction.
Nova Roma, have you ever heard about it?
Never. A strange name indeed. Who would dare to call their city Rome? It has
What kind
a
of
very
sanctuary?
strong connection to our ancient Roman gods. It is a beacon for all believers. It is like the Capitolium Vetus, or the sacred fire of Vesta in Rome.
Our ancient Roman god? Shouldn't that be gods, plural? There are many Roman gods.
I agree, Tribunus. I have the feeling that this city is much more than I thought.
All right, we got to go visit it. To Roma. You can buy valuable relic items for relic dust in the Tower of Knowledge in Nova Roma. Dang, did we just gain 5 levels? That feels like a lot. We got a Frenzied Rune of Exhaustion. Applies vulnerability. Gains AP for each kill. The first kill each turn. 2+ damage for basic melee attacks. Praetorian and Flamina only. Tribunus only. Regain 3 vitality for each kill. 3 armor piercing. A Scroll of Dash. Backstabber's Rune of Piercing. A Curing Sigil of Heroism. Unbreakable armor when outnumbered. -1 turns for poison. And a Bloodletting Vexillium of Deep Wounds. +1 bleeding damage. +1 turn for bleeding duration. Tribunus only. Okay. We are treading terra incognita, the unknown land as conquerors, Tribunus. Those who bow to the 9th Legion today might turn against us in the future. Many shall seek your grace, even more shall try to send you back to Tartarus. As your personal guard, my duty is to act without a second thought for your safety. Do I have permission to kill anyone I deem a threat, even without your orders? You would make Sulla proud, Praetorian. Any living creature who stands in our way, be it man, woman, or child, must die. No killing without my orders. We need the trust of the locals. Permission granted. They fear and loathe us anyway. Send everyone to Orcus on one wrong blink of an eye. My duty is to report these threats before they manifest. Go and train harder. Oh. So there is a morality system. Humanity versus demonic. Or I could also give them skill points. I'm obviously going to turn into a demon legion. Are you kidding me? That's an easy choice. Easy choice. Morality chart. We already went with being slavers. Yeah, right? During the journey, you have to make tough choices that will affect the outcome of your story and your allied hero's loyalty. You can see your previous morality event choices. Every choice you make between life and death will be represented on a horizontal morality scale. You can unlock morality abilities and blessings unique to that alignment. Your alignment can go from being a flame bearer of the goddess Vesta to the demonic servant of Orcus. 100% gold gathered during the next mission. You heal after every enemy killed. Additional gold during missions. Merchant prices are discounted by 20, but the arrival of new goods is delayed. Whenever a hero would die, they remain at 1 vitality. Any excess damage to them is postponed until the end of the next turn. If the postponed damage is healed before then, the hero survives. Building resources gathered during the next mission. Heroes heal 10% at the vitality at the end of every encounter. Oh, that's really nice. +1 loyalty for all heroes. Merchants supply restocks immediately, and heroes can now overheal, gaining 50% of extra healing at maximum vitality. I feel like demonic. I'm happy with my choice. The journal, the menu. Tribunus, Flamen, and Praetorian. And then we have all of our skill points and our level ups. So this guy can take Tribunus. The Backstabber's Rune of Piercing. Right now he has a deep cutting rune of Manslaughter, which does bleeding damage and extra damage against brigands, cursed vassals, and Picts. I feel like that's maybe the better choice. Unbreakable when outnumbered. Nah, he's got this cool like bleed armor on right now. We have vitality after each kill, armor piercing, and movement AP, or we have bonuses to bleeding damage. I am tempted to take that bleeding bonus. Though this clearly is better. So I think I'm going to have to put that on him. Grab a potion. We'll also give him the dash scroll. And we have 3 points available. Jump attack has longer range or has knockback. Invocation of Mars, reduced cooldown or grants armor breaking. Palisades. Terror. And Execution. Instantly kill an enemy under 40% vitality. Oh, there's a lot of options here. There's a lot of options. Not as many skills as in King Arthur? That feels shocking. Feels like there's so many skills. What does this guy have? He has +2 damage for Overwatch and for units larger than 1 tile. But we could give him the Frenzied Rune of Exhaustion, which is just like better in every way for him. Also give him Unbreakable. He'd lose 8 vitality, but he'd get Unbreakable armor when outnumbered. Could go either way on that. Okay, so looking at these skills. Hero's attack causes bleeding for 3 turns. The Barbed Blade. Extra bleeding. Extra weapon damage. Allies gain 10 weapon damage on their next attack for each unit the hero kills. Loses less AP from heavy armor sigils, which I'm guessing that counts as. And becomes immune to opportunity attacks. Backstabs deal bonus damage. So that's interesting. So we could actually make him a backstab character instead of a bleed character. Outnumbered or while in a duel. I don't hate the idea. About making him backstabs over bleed. He'd be more focused on doing like Invocation of Mars. 20% vulnerability we could do. We could set him up with that backstab rune. I kind of like that idea. Backstabs deal 15% damage. 5. 1 AP cost of all skills is reduced by 1 while only 1 enemy is present in the encounter. That actually works really well with the dueling, as I'm assuming that's what counts as a duel. My only concern is also about like getting him more skills versus upgrading the skills he has. Jump attack increased by 1. Jumping attack causes knockback, which pushes the target away. Armor breaking, reduced turn cooldown. All right, look, I think I'm going to take backstab. Oh, this is when only 1 enemy is present in the entire encounter. I think I'm going to reduce the cooldown then of frequent offerings. So the idea is that we get in position, we spend the time to get in position against the big bosses with him, and then he absolutely nukes them. And then I'm going to give him the backstab weapon. For sure. And a duel is probably better for him. So you're a Flamen, but you're not a Flamina. Grave Conduit's vitality threshold reduces by 10%. Minimum damage increased by 10%. Steel Vigor consumes all of the AP of a target ally and grants it to this hero. Desecration causes 20% vulnerability on 2 targets. If the target dies before the end of corruption, they spread it to adjacent enemies. I like that hex. Death Hex causes vulnerability during its duration, or reduces the mental debuff resistance. Unholy Chain can link enemies that are 2 tiles further away, or is increased by 1 turn. Melee attack that deals 100% weapon damage, but the hero also loses 15% of their maximum vitality. I don't want this guy being in melee combat. At the end of the hero's... all the hero's skills causes necrosis. Which just causes more damage over time. At the start of each encounter, every enemy suffers necrosis that lasts for 1 turn. Damage increases by 100% every turn. They also lose 1 armor at the start of their turn. The mental debuff of every ally within 1 tile range becomes equal to the ones with mental guard. So that's a bit of a support skill. Weapon damage. Non-melee active skills increased by 1 tile. Potions, better potions. At the start of every encounter, gain 10 armor that will only protect the hero from the first attack. Reduce damage from spells. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to take Desecration. It sounds really good. It did cost me all of my points. But say love you. And I think I'm going to keep you with the extra vitality here because that seems like it's probably more worth it for you. You can... Oh, that's fun. Strike causes the target to become unstable. The next knockback causes knockdown. So you could like strike into jump attack to knock him down. Or strike into shield bash. Larger AoE on the shield bash. 4 blades start orbiting the hero for 3 turns. If the enemy moves to a tile adjacent with the hero, they start taking bleeding damage. Ranged attack deals damage to every unit in a straight line. Shield cooldown by 1. Removes all status effects. I love protective shield. Taunt. Always good. Grants armor for every turn. Reduces the AP cost. I might pick up Taunt. Extra vitality and physical debuff. Extra vitality. Block aura. Allies within 1 tile range gain 50% of the hero's block value. Oh. So if people are next to this guy, they also block better. All right, super valuable. And every turn, the hero responds to the first frontal attack received with a strike. Hero gains weapon damage for allies within range. Reduce armor loss. Reduce damage from ranged attacks. I think I got to take counterattack. That sounds like too good to be true. And that's all your points. Okay. The colony. After we broke out of the depths of the underworld, we came to the realization that we were in another region of the otherworld. Still, this is a land that we could conquer and make our own. Up against the lost. Plutonius Nerva senses the presence of a Roman shrine. New hero. An obtainable Lar. And we're up against the lost, who I'm gonna assume are ghosts. Quick question. Is your sword the sword that does brigands, cursed vassals, and picts? Yeah, no, we're gonna stick with armor piercing. Let's get in there, baby. The good news is that every mission, we do heal back to full. So probably good to try and hold on to those potions as much as we can. The ruins of Nova Roma.
So this is Nova Roma, or what's left of it.
And the ruins are swarming with the dead. Fortunately, you have a flamen of Orcus in your company. Stay behind, and let me get them out of the way.
Get out the way.
I've been expecting something else.
So have I. Whatever these creatures are, Orcus has no power over them.
Then we should use a more conventional solution.
Great. Now you've just upset the horde of undead. You really flubbed it, dummy. Oh, Dumbocom. I wonder how adjacent somebody needs to be for desecration to work. 3 and 3. This guy can get there. You can get all the way to him. Can you do it via jump attack? If you moved 1, I think you could. Range 2 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. That doesn't look like it will trigger an attack of opportunity from him. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unholy chain. This guy. With this guy. I'm going to pop a desecration on him.
We are the 9th Legion. Bad omen, yeah.
And then I have enough for a jump attack and a strike. To finish him off. which is what we gonna do. Now. I could move up to this guy so that we all get nice block value, or I could move here and cast Protective Shield on him. And I feel like that's just like an ever so slightly better decision. Squishy zombie, it just exploded. I mean, we did hit it with the big jump strike. I'm assuming these zombies probably can't move too far and attack. Like one attack, I expect. He got 2 attacks. Ow. Chonking my armor down. Wouldn't that be a really nice shield bash? It sadly does not look like the desiccation spread like I hoped it would. But if I cast Invocation of Mars here, I can kill at least 2 of them. Before we do, let's just make sure that there are no spells I want to cast.
Tremble before me.
Don't look like it. All right, kill him. Kill him. Turn that way. Ooh, big tanky boy. I'm kind of thinking about moving here and then overwatching. Where is the Overwatch data? Normally it told me it would give me a breakdown of how much I got from Overwatch, and now it's not actually telling me that anymore. Armor, block, physical, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Because what I'd like to do is I would like to move up so that I can be guarding this guy as well. Especially seeing as I cannot kill anybody easily here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I only get the 1 attack. My great fear happened. All right, let's just blast him. Kind of screwed the pooch on this one. This guy's got a double reserve. I guess we might as well face out that way so we don't get backstabbed.
Attack!
And of course, it's the guy who I can't kill in 1 hit. The only guy I can't kill in 1 hit who comes in. Thankfully, we got a bit of block going, though. Good blocks, good blocks. There's the counter attack. I love to see that. And then the rest is trash.
Death is the only way.
If I death axe him, hear me out.
I'm immortal.
I can shield bash the 2 of them and kill him.
Just look the other
Bada
way.
bing, bada boom.
Well fought, legionaries. I'm almost impressed.
1 armor each. I think that's a fine trade. I'm happy to make that trade. Look around for a little loot and make our way into town. Enter
Look,
Nova
the statue of
Roma.
the goddess Vesta.
Roman goddess Vesta, one of the most important Roman gods, the goddess of the hearth, home, and fertility. Her sacred fire symbolizes protection and everyday life. Her priestesses are Vestal virgins who guard and tend the holy flame. When the sacred fire is extinguished, it's the most terrible omen for every Roman.
Wait, this might be a trap.
Look, there is a woman lying there. Is she dead?
A woman.
She seems to be the source of all the power that led me here. But those idols are keeping her imprisoned.
Trap or not, we must go closer to her.
I don't know. She looks like she's alive. I don't think we want her in our sick Roman legion. Only skelly bones allowed in here. What do we got? A 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12, 12. And then we've got a bunch of bone totems. Yeah, see, now I'm getting full information on this. 5 AP. 3 AP for Overwatch on these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could go like here. This guy does not get so many nice Overwatches.
A nice day for their funeral.
I feel like Overwatch is the way to go here right now. Because it feels like I can kill all of them fairly easily. And then, like, I could Grave Conduit. I need to execute 1 attack for every 5 AP consumed. Alternatively, we could just hold 3 bonus AP for next turn. Which I think is what I'm going to do. Okay, so the bone totems are going to start summoning people. That was a little bit of my worry here. Boo, 1 HP left. What a waste. Yeah, they're definitely summoning. If I drop Desecration on this guy and could kill him. I think I'd be lucky. This guy coming around here on this flank to my wizard has some concern. I think we got to get rid of him. And then I'm going to say it's probably just moving up. I could do a double Overwatch from here. I mean...
Demons? Where?
Demons? Where? Alright, so this guy has a ton of AP right now. Enough that I could definitely just do like a Death Hex into Grave Conduit. points do you have? 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or is a part of me that was just like debating throwing desecration on that guy? Honestly, I think I have to just do this. So I do not get myself flanked. And then if we... let's say jump attack that. Beautiful. Oh, man. They don't just summon. They summon, like, super zombies and heal people. And who is this guy with a giant hammer? Where did he come from? Uh-oh. Lost Knight. Grants 25% increased damage after 3 of his allies die. Undead gain 5 HP. When killed, he comes back to life after 3 turns. Reanimation can be prevented by dealing damage to the corpse. Immune to bleeding, immune to poison. That seems an obvious choice. Making him vulnerable would be nice. I think let's drop an Invocation of Mars and just try to see if I can't burn him down. Why can't you move there? Oh, you can. Okay.
I'll be quick.
Could blast him with Grave Conduit. I should have just put an Unholy Chain between like him and someone else.
It's my turn again?
Yeah, I think we gotta blast him. And then you're gonna have to come here, knock him out. Then maybe we go there. Oh my god, do they get to summon every single turn? Knowing that this guy comes back so fast is concerning.
Just a friendly bout, till they are dead.
Let us link the 2 of these dweebs. That way we can just focus on doing this instead. Let Octavius hold the line. What I would like to do is like a jump attack on this thing. I can't seem to get the angle. Here we go. Bone totemed. Not enough. Yikes. Big yikes. You'd get 2 points back. Oh, I can hit it from here. It's actually just behind cover. I thought I was going to hit our own dude. Kill the defenseless Lost Knight. We have a couple of turns until he reanimates, is kind of why. I'm more concerned about getting the summoning things down, because I'm pretty sure this will just reset his summon to 3 turns.
Raise the Aquila higher.
Once he gets donked. Now.
I am ready.
If we go here, hit him for 1. Ah, it does completely get rid of him. My bad. I'm going to throw a protective shield on Gaius here.
Yes, this is me killing you.
And then I'm basically going to run him up to this one while these other dweebs go back on these undead. Wanted to make sure he had a little protection if he's going to be trying to solo queue the boss. Jump attack. No jump attack. Regular attack. Good enough.
For Orcus.
All right, well, at least we're wiping out all the dweebs. One more set. You cost 4 AP to do your jump attack, so let's just move you here. It's awful. Oh, I actually can't chain him to the bone totem. All right, let's just kill him. You can run up, smack the bone totem. Not quite managed to kill it.
Fangs and horns. Just.
But we can wipe it out next turn.
Is she dead? She is partly dead.
Treasure.
Her soul is trapped in a dream that never ends. She is trying to wake up, but she simply can't.
Still, we must talk to her. What can you do?
I could try something.
Splash some water on her
Through the
face.
connection that led us here, I can tie her to our bond. It may bring her back.
We have no other choice. Do it.
Rip the flesh from her bones. I guess this is our Flamina.
What have you done with me? I feel cursed. Dirty.
We've bound you to a demon. The word you're looking for, lady, is thank you.
Thanks for what? For cursing me with your unclean demonic blood?
As true Roman, you accepted the call of Orcus, the god of the dead.
The call of Orcus? Oh, you have the nerve, Flamen.
We are Roman, just like you.
I know exactly what you were and what you have become. And now you turned me into the same.
I am Gaius Julius Mento.
Gaius Julius. Then you are my kin. My name is Albina Virgila, but I was also born of the gens Julius back in
there we go.
Rome. I am the priestess of Vesta.
All right, so this is basically, we have a choice between either humanity or demons. So we're probably not going to be using her for very long.
I am still angry. I am the Flamina of Vesta, the guardian of the sacred flame of life. Tartarus is the exact opposite I want to belong to. You should have asked me first.
You were dead. Well, almost dead.
When chaos came, I locked myself in this sanctuary. My soul became the last spark that fed Vesta's fire. I became one with the city, but I became a prisoner of my own shelter.
Well, your city is full of undead and bones, so it sounds like you didn't really do a very good job.
This is my city,
Nova Roma, the seed of ethereal Rome, the future of all Romans. A great dream.
That's
that
not the
can be
word you
true
said.
By the magical power of Avalon.
Avalon?
Look, dear Gaius Julius, I'll answer all your questions, but we're running out of time. I need your help.
Time is something we dead can never run out of.
You woke me up. Therefore, the city is defenseless. Chaos will consume everything if we do not rekindle Vesta's fire. If you are a true Roman, you must help me.
I like this. This city is defenseless. Like, your city was full of undead, completely overrun with undead. Your city had already fallen. Albina Virgilla.
With your demonic mark on my soul, I can no longer be the flame. The city is defenseless until we rekindle the fire of Vesta.
Fire strikes. Ranged attacks that deal 50% weapon damage up to 3 different enemies. Redistributes vitality between the hero and their allies. And attack. All right, well.
The reward justifies the deed.
I have to make sure my shield bro is up in the front here. My mage is in the back. So that's how we came in. Let us explore. See what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. The amphitheater.
This used to be the arena. Every Roman city must have one, right?
Well,
Correct.
except that there is something unusual here. Or someone.
Avalon is an island in the other world.
The Green Knight.
A magical place. And the arena is no exception. You might want to talk to him.
Hello, Ghost. Please join our army. Oh, he has a quest for us. A famous landmark, a magical place, even literally. Managed by a gladiator who became a famous figure in Rome until his final and deadly duel. After his glorious death, the gladiator was brought to this land by Albina Virgilla.
Welcome to the amphitheater of Nova Roma, Dominus. You come for a combat challenge. Your bravery will be rewarded, of course.
What are all the dead bodies scattered around?
Dead. They were swarming all over my arena, so I had them eliminated.
I mean, we'll fight for fun. Why not?
Esteemed guests, today we present you the Battle of Alesia.
We're at basically full health, full armor.
The Roman army of the glorious Julius Caesar is laying siege to the oppidum of the Gauls. But the combined reinforcements of the Gauls have arrived. Tribe after tribe, they have surrounded Caesar's legions.
Yikes.
You, Dominus, will fight as Caesar. I will play the role of Vercingetorix, the leader of the Gauls.
Alesia shall not fall to the Romans.
Interesting. All right, so we do have a single guy in here. 10% damage for every other brigand attacking the same unit. When a brigand dies, all other brigands deal 10% less damage. Highwayman. Bandit, bandit. Bandit, bandit, highwayman. Bandit, bandit, highwayman. Part of me feels like the way to do this is to burn down this gladiator super fast and lock ourselves in this palisade. Gauls, not Goths. That being said, not all of our guys can go in here at once. Our tank, who deals counterattack damage, probably would be the best character. Aura of protection. Unbreakable armor for the hero and all adjacent allies. I'm going to do something like that. Begin! Now, if I unholy chain the two of you. What do you have? Ranged attack that deals damage to up to 3 different enemies. And that's basically it. Oh, you can attack 3 different enemies with it. I understand. I think I'm going to have to corrupt this guy. Ooh, it also applies vulnerability on him. That's nice. I could shield bash, which would at least push him back a square and protect my flanks. Though he doesn't really like seem that crazy.
A nice day for their funeral.
Oh, you know what I should have tried to do is jump attack that guy in the back, probably.
I'm immortal.
All right, we've made our decisions already, so. That is not going to do a lot of damage. That's going to do more damage, but it's still also not a lot. It does have a chance of killing him, though. If you hit him and him, that should kill him from the necrosis. I'm going to move you up. That does at least give this guy unbreakable armor. I feel like you can just stay put. And then it's like, how many Overwatch attacks do I want to get in here? Each one takes 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He has 2 movement points. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to move him here and Overwatch like that. All right, let's see how that works. This guy goes into defensive stance.
They got me.
Getting a ton of bonus armor. And I don't trigger a single Overwatch. That sucks. That's rough. Scruff McGruff.
Tartarus awaits.
All right, you got an easy kill on that highwayman.
Death is the only way.
These guys have very little HP. If I move one, you can probably one-shot this guy. Unbelievable. He's bleeding, so he dies immediately at the beginning of his turn. This guy is in defensive stance, so he gets +5 armor for 2 turns. Yeah, there's no reason to even bother with that if that's the case. There's no way I don't take a ton of damage here. I think I'm going to overwatch in that direction. And then I might just give her Overwatch as well. For anybody that comes in. Yeah, you'd get 2 points. We can move you 1 and then reserve. He actually soaked the Overwatch and the counterattack. I was not expecting that. Oh, they can come in through the angles here. I was also not expecting that.
We are Legion.
Will this do any damage to you?
Deeds, not words.
Five, and I'm a little bit curious about like the different symbols, because it says like 5 armor, 6 range. We've got some big hits we could pull in here. Alexa, play My Hips Don't Lie. Alexa,
Don't wait for my orders.
all right. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. But I guess at least they're dead. I'd like to get in there next turn. So that's what I'm going to try to aim to do. I feel like I should cast Grave Conduit on this guy, but I really can't figure out whether or not it's going to actually do any damage to him.
Mealworm.
It didn't. I can one-shot that bandit. I cannot one-shot that highwayman.
Eternal Roll.
We could rock a shield bash here and hit the 2 of them. Alternatively, you can light a few people on fire. Also adds nice burning effects. I think I'm going to move her here to give the unblockable unbreakableness. And then, damn, what? This does 3 to 4 damage? That's a...
For the Legion.
Okay, he might die. 3 to 4 with vulnerability. It's kind of hard to say. With a Grave Conduit, he would die. So why don't we use that? Bit of burn damage. Looks like blocked. All right, great news. Kill him. Move here. Backstab.
Be quick.
Raise the Aquila higher.
Iced him. No problem. Treasure. The combat's pretty satisfying so far. I'm very curious to see how it's like when you level up and get more skills and the kind of combinations that you can do. Also, is this guy gonna like offer me more fights?
Belongs to the Legion.
Jewelry, money.
I'm impressed, Dominus. Are you ready for the next battle?
I guess so.
I received the perfect death on the sands of the Colosseum. I did. I am the
All right.
sand of this arena that drinks.
I mean, again, I think I only took 1 armor damage on my 2 front lines.
When Caesar disembarked
And there's a couple of camps around.
Britannia, he barely had the time to establish a small fortified camp on the coast. Just before the painted warriors of the native tribes
Cool.
came to push his legion back to the sea.
Yeah, we do have archers. Is it? A gladiator, a picked warrior, a picked fighter, picked warrior, 1 bowman. So let's put our homie here. What does this symbol mean? That they can block? No, this is the only guy with a block chance.
What is your wish?
I think what I will do is that. Or I guess I could go here and I could pick up his block. Yeah, let's go with that. Grab some nice protective Overwatch. I'm sure everybody here is wildly out of range. Oh, she can only Overwatch on a melee attack. Is that for real? These guys can get pretty close. I think what we'll do is we'll put her there just in case. This guy's got the big long range Overwatch.
Push back the Roman dogs. We are not friends.
Ow. Don't love that. I am probably going to have to push forward onto that archer. Funny enough that they've chosen not to come in all the way here. All right, you can unholy chain, but only if I move you forward. Can you get that archer? With that picked warrior. Is that worth it? I guess it's 2 turns. So it could do some tasty damage. Nobody is adjacent enough for corruption, but I could just like death hex this guy really fast.
Forward.
And then cut him down to size. You hit him and him. And then probably that guy. Nice. Because of the tainted thing, that also spread burning to that guy in the back. And my real debate is, do I come out on these guys and get myself surrounded? That gladiator cannot move very far.
Don't wait for my orders.
I think I might have to do something like that. I hate that I can't jump attack this guy. Like, I could just try to rush this Pict warrior. But it's going to leave my Flamina very open. Which she already kind of is. This guy can't really reach anybody, but that guy can. I guess I could overwatch like this with you. You know what? Let's do that.
Ready.
Drown them in the sea.
Stop making a mess.
He's going to get backstabbed. Double backstabbed. Oof.
I'm rooting for you.
Damn. I got chewed up here. Chewed up way worse than I would have thought. And that guy had enough room to get a blood hex in. What a jerk.
Forward.
You can one-shot this guy. So I'm going to take that. If we move forward with you... I have some options. You can stab, but it doesn't really do a lot of damage. And you actually don't have an angle to jump attack this guy. I was thinking about throwing a Overwatch down here because it would stop this gladiator from being able to come in any further. In fact, that's as far as he can get anyway.
A nice day for their funeral.
We could desiccate him in the hopes that it spreads to that gladiator. I think she doesn't really have much of a choice here other than stabbing this Pict fighter. I mean, I could just take this attack of opportunity.
Spare me. Vesta grant me strength.
Oh, she's bleeding, so she's taking bleed damage every time she attacks as well. Burning 3 to 5. Yeah, you're gonna have to, bud. Not who I meant to do that, but it does actually allow me to do a jump attack.
I'm rooting for you.
So that weirdly works out in our favor. Yeah, and then we could just hold him back. I think we're going to grab a bit of that on him. We're going to have to reserve on you. This guy could come in anyway here, so let's stay forward to avoid backstabs. Just realizing he could go all the way around and attack her. Oh, that gladiator suddenly was capable of moving significantly more than it said he could.
I feel weak.
I can't say I love that. Why did he get so much more movement?
Deeds, not words.
All right, well, all my hexes are juked up right now. I only have 2 people to cast this on, but I think it's worth the cast anyway.
You split my vessel open.
That sounds kind of dirty. I suppose we'll move you up and just kill this guy. I'm gonna push you here, and I'm gonna shield bash this guy so that our dude can get away.
Tartarus awaits.
And I guess I'm gonna overwatch this, because he might try to do some shenanigans. You can blast him, but it will literally do 0 damage. So I think I'm just gonna move you back a square. Or 2. Put you on reserve.
They got me.
Counterattack. All right, that's nice.
It's my turn again?
I move you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was really hoping that we could do a jumping attack like from the back angle. I guess let's just stack vulnerability for now. Then go for that backstab. Nice heal on backstab at least. Mithras. That was the chaos. This looks like there's probably one more fight left in this arena. I think there is.
I decide who gets what.
Sigil of Jupiter for armor, Sigil of Mercury, and a bit of cash. There are quite a few camps. If I was to repair my armor, say out at this campfire, and then come back and finish the battle.
Is it a bounty eye?
Yes, it used to be the back.
We might have a fight here
And
first.
Now you truly convinced me that Nova Roma must be rebuilt.
You can't bathe, you're undead. Explain the game in 1 paragraph. Squad-based tactical combat as undead Romans in medieval fantasy King Arthur's England. How was that?
Demons need no rest.
That's not true. I would like to get my armor points back.
I saw myself buried alive for my sins.
I would also like to get this
Our
combat
path led
shrine.
here for a reason.
25% extra damage until the end of the current mission. I don't know if I put this on my caster or I put this on my backstabber guy. I think I'm going to put it on my backstabber. And now, with a bless and our armor repaired, Let's go try this final fight. Much obliged. No problem. What difficulty are you playing on? We're playing on very hard. There's a lot of difficulties. It might be hard. We're not playing on like super brutal. We're playing on the one that's like, if you're good at strategy games, then maybe start here. Hard. I thought we were on very hard and then it went brutal and challenging, or challenging and brutal.
You remind me of Caesar, Dominus. How about one last challenge? For the ultimate reward?
You knew Caesar?
I was Scutius, hero
Scutius.
of Alasia. I fought alongside the great Julius Caesar. After my retirement from the 10th Legion, I became a gladiator.
I mean, I guess. Let's see how good a fighter you really are.
It's a less-known secret that Caesar had to fight against the folk of the woodland spirits in Britannia.
Am I gonna regret this?
While the Romans were crossing
2 archers.
the mysterious forest.
Big trees.
I'll fight on your side, Dominus. You have earned it.
Cool. Spooky Gladiator joins our party. Damn. Spooky Gladiator has a lot of HP and armor. Springborn Sealies. They have dash attack and bleeding. Then we have Dawnbreakers. 50% chance to avoid melee attacks. They do a rain of arrows. Okay, so I cannot clump up against these guys. And a Summer Night, 170 HP. Dash attack and double strike. Damn, Daniel. This 50% dodge guy's got me a little bit worried. I could hit this guy right away with the 50% HP, and then I could jump attack him. And maybe kill him. These guys are going to be all over me. Bit worried about this guy. But okay. Let's give it a shot. Yeesh. I have her fire spell if we need it. I literally think I'm going to open with the Invocation of Mars. Oh my god, all of your stuff is movement points. Can you torture? All right, so that kills her. She's bleeding and on fire. So I don't have to worry about getting burned. And by burned, I mean AoE'd. Gaius with the big damage here. I could unholy chain the two of them together. No, I can't. I think I'm actually just going to move myself into a little bit of cover here. The dash attack that these guys have has me a little bit worried. Defensive stance gets extra block and armor, but slows movement. 1 AP cost. And 4 AP for Overwatch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can lock this down right now if you so choose. Your Overwatch, I think, is also 3. So I have 2 options here. I could drop a protective shield, or I could move forward 1 and then do a double Overwatch wall. I kind of think that's my better option. Except I angled that wrong, and I'm not protecting that one flank, but I think it might be okay. Let's move her 1. So that they get the impenetrable armor.
Defilers of the forest.
She dies.
The pain.
Whoa! They got the backstab on that. That's rotten. That's utterly rotten. I don't like that at all.
The Imperator is my shield.
Behold the Maiden of Death.
Gaius, you don't have a lot here. Can't really get your backstab positioning. I'm wildly concerned about her right now. Oh man, that backstab was brutal. That was a big oof.
Die! Eternal Rome!
If she hits him, it'll light him on
Split my
fire.
Vessel open.
I mean... Oh, that'll kill him. Nice. Did not mean to move there. I actually wanted to go into Overwatch.
Bow to
Perf.
I stand for life.
Okay, I'm gonna move you here if that's the case. And I think I'm gonna move you here. You're gonna blast for as much damage as you possibly can. I'm worried he's just going to move in and kill her, but... sometimes you just got to die.
Curse you.
Nope, he's going to go for my other Flamin.
I must endure.
And he's going to go for big backstabs. Interesting that he didn't provoke any kind of opportunity attacks there. This feels like it's being penalized because he's too close.
Behold the Maiden of Death.
We can definitely start with a fire strike.
Spare me.
It's my turn again?
I guess my thought is if I could kill this guy with other people, then Gaius could potentially get some really good backstabs on this summer night. I guess all I really need to do is shield bash him. That's the question. The shield bash would get him away from my caster, who could then blast him. Can you cast 2 times fire on one target? You cannot. No, unfortunately not. Eddie Bryan, thank you for the hydro postures. I will drink my tea and sit up straight. All right, this guy does have necrosis, burning, and bleeding. So I tell you what. I have exactly enough to do this, followed by that. He is set to take 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minimum damage at the beginning of his turn.
Death is the only way.
I mean, we could just kill him. Let us bring Gaius up here to start. Bleeding backstab strike, huge damage. Another bleeding backstab strike, huge damage. Dodge back. I could do a lot to him. I'm just concerned about this guy living. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's pretty unlikely. I'd have to almost fully high roll it. Also, it looks like he has an ability called Regeneration, which gains 30% of vitality back at the beginning of every turn. He's nuked. We're nuking him. I guess you're going to have to go on Overwatch in this direction. Then everyone else is going to have to turn around here and hope that he doesn't just like dash strike kill somebody. Ow. All right. I guess he did not like being backstabbed 100 times. You son of a submariner.
Yes, this is me killing you.
Just make him jump back into somebody else's backstab attack. Yay! The final chest. We did take quite a beating to get it, but thank you, Ghost. You better not have another fight for me, because I already need to heal again.
Everything in that chest belongs to the Legion.
Relic Rune of Mars, Sigil of Jupiter for armor, and a tome.
I knew it! The blood of Caesar is flowing through your veins. If you ever need me, you know where to look. The god Mars be with you, Dominus.
And also with you. Complete all 3 of the Gladiators challenges. Achievo unlocked. All right, well, I used that. I desperately need to heal, so I think I'm going to go back and try to grab that campfire. Oh, man, it's so low on armor, but like... think the HP's got to
The
go
deals
priority.
of fate may have woven the threads of our lives together for a reason.
Yeah.
No
At least our
more
tank has
rest
lots of
until
armor.
Everything is under our heel.
Tank is nice and juicy. The Sanctuary of Vesta. Oh, these guys look big.
Here we are, at the sanctuary of Vesta. When chaos consumed the city, I took the flame with me, fed it with my own soul. Now it's time to give it back to the sanctuary, but I cannot do it alone.
What is your plan, Flamina?
See those cauldrons around the sanctuary? If I
Yes.
light them all, the fire of the Vesta will be rekindled. I am the only one who can do this. One
Protect
more
you from
step,
what?
and the dead will swarm us in endless waves.
Good.
Only sacred fire of Vesta in the shrine can destroy them and purify the city.
Reignite the Vesta fire. Explore Nova Roma. Explore Nova Roma. Well, like, I'd hate to miss exploration events with potential loot behind them. You gotta be a loot goblin in this type of game. The marketplace?
Flamina, there you are. You have abandoned us. You let us die.
Not wrong.
I'm truly sorry, Domina Terentia, but I had no choice.
Damn you. Bear my curse, fallen virgin.
God, what a dweeb. This lady's a virgin. Loser. Now you're cursed. Now you're never
What
gonna
was
get
that?
laid.
When the tide of chaos swept over the land, I could only save either my people or my city.
And
What a terrible
you decided
choice.
to save your city.
Yes, I chose the future over the present.
So now she's
It's a
cursed?
simple curse meant as a revenge.
Yes.
I could remove, but we must find her body first.
I see something.
Loot. Bit of cash. Lots of rats running around. Nice to see that rats live in this fantasy world. Wave 1. Surrounded. Commoners. Destroy the attackers 3 waves. Lost Knight. He isn't giving that aura to everybody, though. But he does have a shout. Yeah, there's like 2 more guys down there. Damn, dudes. All right, where is the best position that I could actually kind of like set up defensively? Probably like in and around here would be good. For Octavius Remus with like a caster behind him. I could literally get him right there and start an Overwatch. Now, nobody can really get to him. Well, that guy can. Alternatively, I could try to choke point here. Which, seeing as we do have a lot of commoners coming in that direction as well. Yeah, I can make an argument for that. She's probably going to sit behind him so she can give the unbreakable armor. Gaius actually has no armor right now. So one of my options could actually be to cast Shield this turn. Seeing as nobody else can get in close enough. I think we'll do that. He counterattacks the first attack front on anyway. I feel like these guys are going to get killed instantly by Gaius. Can't get in range of him. If I go here, it's 3 to strike. If I go here, I could actually just overwatch in this direction as well, which would catch both of those commoners. So I'm gonna do that. We gonna do that instead. All right, so let's burn to make sure that our overwatches kill everybody. And then I'll move her into position there. I could actually just blast this dude, seeing as we're not doing an overwatch here. And I don't entirely hate that idea.
For Orcus.
Keeps us a little bit safer for the meantime. Let's see what they do. Everybody gets +2 damage. Every undead gets +2 damage from that shout. And we have 3 waves of these guys to fight off. This is a bit wild. Hopefully they all come from like one direction and I don't have to keep guarding the back as well, but you're dead.
Stay still.
You're dead. So that worked pretty favorably. They got 2 turns of damage boost. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you use 3. Honestly, I think I'm just going to throw you on Overwatch. If it is an endless tide of undead that is making their way towards me, this sort of makes the most sense. I need to chain this guy so that he starts taking some damage. If the target dies before the end of corruption, they spread it to adjacent enemies. My concern here is that like nobody is going to be close enough to actually hit adjacent. One Direction, you say? What about New Kids on the Block? We're in sync. I mean, we're considering them as well. Just not really sure whether or not they're the right choice for us. Gaius, let's get you in here and just chop that dude's head off. And then we'll turn you. You know what I could do is actually chain these guys together. Oh, he's not within range. All right. Let's do that. Like, he's guaranteed to come in here. Right now, he can only hit Octavius, though. If I was to move back, I could not be hit. But... I also can't hit anybody. But... I can reserve 2 AP that way. Albina's not doing a lot of anything in here, but I think we're just going to put her on this Overwatch. And hold the line. Okay, that's wave 2. It does at least seem like they're coming from this direction. Nice. Love to see Overwatches coming in clutch. Now, here is a good opportunity to cast Desecration. If I cast it and then kill that guy, it will spread to the other 2 right next to them. And everybody can become vulnerable. So, Desecration on you. The only problem here is I probably could have spread that to that Lost Knight as well, but... He's going to come in, but he can't get that close. I actually think holding my Overwatch is the way to go here. So I'm going to move here in order to backstab this guy. Which it doesn't actually look like I'm getting a trigger on. You're going to do Holy Fire. Holy Fire. Holy Fire. Then this guy is going to like step out 1 square. And if you blast him, that spreads your vulnerability hex. I think I'm okay him going in reserve there. Agus, what's up? How we doing? Gaius, I could throw on a decent Overwatch right here. Which I think is smart. And then we Overwatch again here. She's going to hold AP. We'll see how this goes. You get Overwatched. Double Overwatched. That's pretty nice, actually. Especially with the vulnerability. Now, I'm a little curious, these Necrosis guys, if they die, will they keep it spreading?
For the Legion.
Another Overwatch here. This guy comes in. Sadly, I've used all my Overwatches. But this looks like this is the end of the wave spawning. At least. How is that not backstab? Death Hex is a ton of damage. I'm going to cast Invocation of Mars.
I stand for life.
If you shield bash, will you kill both of them? No. You could definitely attack and kill both of them. But I'd rather have you overwatching these guys with 22 HP coming in. You have an attack that you could kill him with. God, I wish this fire strike was charged up again. Actually, I could move her in. Killed this guy. I think the ironic thing here is I've now blocked my shot.
To the conquered.
Oh, that was stupid of me.
My time.
Foolish. If you move at all, you don't get a shot. Whiffed it. Let's move her back. Put her on that. Gaius, you can get a kill on this guy.
This is me killing you.
I suppose you are now also prone to getting attacked by a lot of guys. We could move you back as well. I don't see why not. Then, I mean, this homie's got a shot. It's not a very good one, but better a shot than no shot. Little Overwatch stabby stabby. I do love Overwatch defending against hordes of undead. It's very satisfying. I didn't think we'd be fighting so many undead as an undead legion ourselves. I thought this was going to be a lot more like fighting peasants and Arthurian knights. But it seems like we don't get to have that vibe.
Hurt a bit.
3 HP. That's the kind of thing your fire spell could fix.
A nice day for their funeral.
I stand for life.
Fire spell. Fire spell. Fire spell? Probably not a bad idea to start stacking that on him. Nice. She max rolled that shot.
For victory.
I mean, we might as well give him the donk. I guess there's no real way for me to backstab this guy.
I'm rooting for you.
You know what? Let's move forward so this Walking Dead gets shut down at least. Then she can move forward, make sure that impenetrable armor is active. You can move forward and unholy chain. Like, I guess you could unholy chain the two of those guys together. You can't kill them, so there's not really a lot of point in attacking. Flip being, if I moved here, I would get a good shot on this Lost Knight. You know, I could do a ton of damage to him.
Grovel and beg.
He's got necrosis and fire, so he's probably dead in a turn. Block, block, counter. Block, block, 1 armor. All right. And that little dude's got like 1 more turn left. So, unholy chain you and you together. Means that I could just
I'll be quick.
quick kill him. fire is still on cooldown, but it looks like she could probably finish him off. Finish him off. Finish him off.
Attack!
Finish him off.
We fought
Perfect.
and they died.
That's how combat works.
What
We
the?
have another nice campfire here.
We served our pay.
Can we go in here? Interesting that they have designed this building with the inside visible. They've actually done it to like all of the buildings, even though you can't get into most of them. We are pretty low on armor, so fixing that up
Demons of Tartarus, rise and shine.
ain't a shabby bad idea.
Anything of value beyond diffuse to sturdius?
And then we have the ghost. Roar.
Now promise her something, Flamina. Preferably something she cares about. Make a vow.
I swear to you, Domina, that I will rebuild Nova Roma.
Good, that'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
The curse is gone.
Thank you, Flamen of
Vestal
Orcus.
torch. Sigil of Mercury.
Nova
Lar.
Roma is
I don't know
the
what that
seed
was.
of an eternal Rome, which could be the future for all Romans. A dream that could be shaped by the powers of this magical land.
How could these ruins be
I missed
an
a
eternal
notification.
Rome?
This enchanted land is bursting with magical powers beyond your imagination.
Any opening on the
Dreams
building
can
facing
really
the
come
water?
true here.
You mean nightmares, do you? Have you seen this place?
Not that you
This
can
is
actually go
not
into.
My dream. Even here, only a select few can make the dreams come true. One of them seems to have gone mad, which caused this chaos.
Yeah, there's no actual opening into the lighthouse. Can you recruit more undead? Yes, there are a bunch of different characters you get. I know one of which is like a cool assassin. And assumably, you get characters who are kind of like on the side of demons
With your
and
help,
others on the side
I
of
can make
humanity.
these ruins a safe home for thousands again.
And I guess Nova Roma becomes our base and we actually get to like upgrade it now. So, Sanctuary of Vesta. Let me do a little scoot-a-boot before we actually go into this fight. I like having my back to a wall. That feels safest. So why don't we enter from this side? Oh, no, there are undead back here. There are, in fact, undead spawning back here. We've got Lost Skirmishers, the power of loss. 25% increased damage after 3 of his allies die, and he has reanimation. Power attack, strike, and cleave. Lost Squires. Lost Skirmishers. Flame Brazier. Okay, so they're basically just everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is a chest back here. And there's more undead summoning in this corner.
Woe to the conquered.
Okay, so she just has to actually stand on that point. I think what I'd like to do is I'd probably like to rush the back here because it seems like there's less guys. So I'll probably try to hold a line here-ish to here. Which does mean Gaius can just like bum rush this first dude.
Behold the Maiden of Death.
Whoop. A little concerned about this summon. Oh, they all have reanimation. Whew.
A nice day for their funeral.
That's going to be spicy.
For the hearth and the home.
I'm a little bit concerned about this this guy coming up. We could drop a protective shield on sub 1. I do feel like Albina is going to be in bad positions this entire fight. So I think maybe let's just start up with a little of that. And then honestly, full moving her as much as possible. You're going to go down to deal with that lost squire. So I'm going to try to move you here so you can like stab him on your turn. Just in case that guy spawns and attacks, we'll make sure we're facing that way. Oh my god. Crossbowman.
I demand
out.
you to stop.
And they keep summoning. Okay, so this is a you have to keep moving fight. You cannot stay. You cannot try to like catch up on these guys.
We are Legion.
This guy shutting me down here is real. Don't love it. Energy. I could wipe out this Lost Squire in a single strike. I could also do like 2 strikes with her and then move.
I mark you for death.
Burning for 4 means I actually don't have to hit you again. This guy here is my real problem because he's shut down Plutonius Nerva. If I go there, I can actually get 2 attacks of opportunity. Alternatively, I could move here and push this guy back so that Plutonius can move, which would let me then move back to here, which doesn't really solve most of my problems. But I think that's what I got to do. Good grief. I mean, it's a decent bit of damage. I've got to deal with this Lost Squire. And I need to make sure that we just stay moving. If I go here, I have 2 attacks of opportunity I could line up. She could move back.
Tremble before me.
He's stuck dealing with a lot of guys, but I could actually move back Plutonius as well. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, if I go here, he gets extra armor. But this skeleton could just move here and stab me. I think that's the price I'm gonna try. Just in case. Boy, and I think you're just going to leave poor Octavius up here, are you? That feels like that's what's about to happen. This lost skirmisher has cleave. Yeah, so if I don't move, I could be in a lot of trouble. He might also power attack me, though. 5 AP cost. He only gets 5 action points. So he can only do that if he hasn't moved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He actually can't attack me here.
I pity you.
Though he can get me into range. He can attack me here, though. All right, let's see how it goes. Boy, there's a lot of guys spawning in. Boy, this seems like a bit of a crazy fight at the moment. It'd be nice if when I lit one of the braziers, it, like, killed somebody.
You hit me fair.
Fair and square. Backstabbed. Gross. Gaius, kill him.
Gonna hurt a bit.
Do I go for that full kill? I could just move her in. You guys can't really get into range unless I go up this way. Let's move here. And Overwatch. Unfair and Circle. I'm so late. Was excited to see the DLC. It's not really DLC per se. Let's light a fire.
To the goddess.
I mean, I guess it kind of feels like DLC. Man, we got to cut through so many guys over here. This is wild.
Behold the Maiden of Death.
If I don't kill him, he's going to power attack me. If I... You have necrosis right now? That's a coin flip, though. We're going to link those guys together.
Attack!
We're going to hit him. We're going to hit him.
Tremble before me.
And then we're going to try to start running. You get 2 movement for free. Like, if he can't get any further, none of these guys can get into range. Oh, that's a nice shot. I'm very happy to have just gotten that. Let's move one more. I'd argue you could also move one more. And hope for the best. True. Did you try the new Warhammer Total War DLC? Yeah, it's actually pretty good. The Thrones of Decay stuff. Keep looking at your Steam library like a photo of my ex popping up on social media. I mean, it was weird having to reinstall Total War. I had a pretty good time with it though. We did a short campaign with Malachi, and then we did like the first 25 turns with the others, with Elspeth and with Tamarkon. And it was fun. There is some stuff that's like super broken right now. But I do believe they just released a patch. Oh god, they're spawning the guys who give extra HP now. Ow. Oh great, and they also shout, and everybody does +2 extra damage. Am I wrong in saying they also maybe just got some extra movement speed? Grape shot at 3 and not 0.03. Yeah, the grape shot. People told me grape shot was broken and I didn't really try it. And then I saw some shorts and I was like, oh, okay, wow. Yeah, grape shot is super broken. All right, we got to kill him, but that's going to be easier said than done. 8 to 10, 4 to 5, 6, 3. You have so much AP. You could actually just stab this guy over and over again. 6, 7, 8 damage. Like, I could probably just stab him 3 times.
Vesta grant me strength.
I mean, if it works. I feel like I need to save my jump attack for this archer. Also, considering we have 4 yellow AP, we might as well just get into melee range. Damn, dude. These guys have not caught up to me. And they're actually pretty slow. I could keep moving. I could actually just stay out of range of all of these dudes. Boom, 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 boom. And honestly, I think that's what we might do. It seems like the smart choice. These are crossbowmen and squires and lost knights. I'd love to be in range of this guy's block aura. I guess I could save 1 AP. Why not? Why not? Flamina, the only one that can rekindle the flames. She's the only one, yeah. Which is a bit tricky.
I'm still here.
Ow. Thankfully, she doesn't really have the greatest abilities right now, so... Like, most of her stuff is, like, run and gun. Now, what I want to do is get to that crossbowman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could I hit him if I went there? I don't think so. I think I need to get rid of this squire if I want to go for that crossbowman.
Tremble before me.
That guy's in range. So I gotta make sure I move right now. You have 2 yellow AP, so you ought to be moving anyway. This is 6 to 8 damage. Good.
I stand for life.
You have 4 AP, so if I move you there... And then we jump strike this dweeb.
Tartarus is not. You shall see.
I won't move any closer, because he's ready to move into range. You, I guess, could move in. A question I have here is if I burned you, you, and you, would that be wise? It's debatable. There's someone going to come out of here, which kind of sucks because I'm not really like set up to deal with them. They could stab anybody, so... Did we not refill potions on these guys? I thought we gave a potion to him, but we must have used it earlier. So we've got 1, 2, 3 flames left. Let us keep going here. Another one of these axe guys. We mostly just need the guy down who has the extra 5 HP onto everybody. Who is thankfully at least in range. I'm a little bit worried I'm going to get caught up here, though. Both of my casters are in a good spot. I mean, part of me is like, I could just hold a defensive line here and try to hold as many of them as possible. Let us use Invocation of Mars.
The Imperator is my shield.
You know what? Let's also unholy chain these guys together. And I also want to maybe say desecrate him. He's got a lot of HP.
I'll be quick.
I mean, that worked pretty well. You can't argue with results. We're gonna move her full speed. All the way up to the flame. We have another summon coming in on the left here. She's doing okay for movement. You can move a little. If I kill some of these guys, you can move a lot more. This guy's in 2. This guy's in 3. That would give you some cover against any potential crossbowmen. I mean, this guy I want to make sure gets killed. This guy I'm less concerned about, especially because he's like 3 turns away. So why don't we just move here? Ice that dweeb. Gaius can keep moving full speed. Yeah, none of these guys are remotely in range. My one concern is if someone spawns there and reaches her in a single turn. I might need to like shield push them.
I stand for life.
But it isn't really looking like that's... We might be okay on that. Ah, it's another one of these adds 5 HP to everybody. Just after we killed the first one. Fantastic timing. Ooh. What is this ability on the ground here? Some little like aura trap? What is that? The boss summon, perhaps? Is that where one will spawn? So normally they spawn on these blue circles. I haven't seen a green circle before. That's why I'm like curious. I mostly just wanted to stack fire on that lost skirmisher there. Oh, I thought I had way more movement than that. I misunderstood. Yuck. Okay, it's fine. It's no big deal. I mean, part of me is like, do I just jump attack this lost knight? No, I think we go for this guy. How close do I got to get? One more. That leaves me just shy of being able to kill him. And if I had death hexed him first, I would have been able to do that. But I'm stupid. And I did not. So I'm going to get hit real bad there. That was a very, very bad play.
We are Legion.
How close do you got to be to cast Protective Shield? He's gonna need it. I could set an Overwatch here on our back. Just in case this guy does, in fact, this is a spawn. I feel as if that's not a terrible idea. And then I actually think I might just run here to get protection against that archer. All right. More and more and more. Stand on the green thing. No, it's a spawn. It does look like it spawns these guys who add +5 HP. So now there's 2 of them, and there's a 3rd one coming in next turn. Which means everyone will have 15 HP. Bonk. Well, that was still definitely the right call with you. Flamina? You're so close.
Vesta's blessing.
We got 1 more to go. And you're like 3 squares off being able to reach it. You're going to run behind this crossbowman. And you're going to one-shot him with a backstab. Flamina, I guess you're going to run here. Let's get our shield bruiser this way and then probably overwatching. I think feels like the right choice. And then I can move my caster up a little bit. I wonder, can you like farm these guys for XP? Do you think XP is based off of number of kills you get, or is it just based off of the mission? Yeah, it's another one of these guys. So that's literally all it is it's just like, it's indicating that these are the big chonkers. Oh, I think the shield means cover. Because it looks like he moved into half cover here. Or partial cover. All right. Let's light it.
Perennial flame.
Let's get this lit, man. This was a fun little puzzle mission. I like this. Everybody gets killed, and some beastmen show up. Oh. Or undead show up, I guess, and just die. Nova Roma is safe.
The sacred flame burns again. With its help and under its protection, Nova Roma will be rebuilt. This is your new home too, Gaius Julius, my kin. Together, we will build eternal Rome.
My new home. I hope you've got a bathhouse then.
Absolutely. What kind of Roman city would it be without a bathhouse? Yes.
All right, you
I
promised
do.
me answers.
You have questions about Avalon, don't you? This is a strange land indeed. The island of magic. The burial place of the gods.
Not our gods, I hope.
Of course not. Avalon used to be a battleground of the gods of the old faith and the beastly Fomorians. Many of them died here.
Fomorians being basically giants that came from the sea in Celtic Gaelic lore. But where is Avalon? Are we still in the underworlds or in Britannia?
No. Avalon is between the lands of the dead and the living. It is an island that cannot be found unless you are invited. It grants a second life for people like us, the ones who have died before.
Ah, so you were dead. How did it happen?
I was buried alive in Rome.
Oh, gee
because
whiz.
of my mistakes.
Yikes.
But I got a second chance. The goddess of the lake.
But
brought me
Warhammer
here
Fimir are also
and
based
asked
on
me
them.
to
Yeah,
found a Roman
Fomorians.
colony on Avalon.
The goddess of the lake, eh? And you want to obey a barbarian deity?
She was the guardian of Avalon. I suppose the gods appointed her. But she's gone. She gave her life.
I feel like this would have made more sense if we played the first game.
I'll rebuild Nova Roma. Now that the goddess of the lake is gone, I'll reshape Avalon to become eternal Rome. I need your help and protection to achieve that.
I need the advice of my Flamen. What do you think, Plutonius Nerva?
I agree with the priestess. The city shall be rebuilt, and the island must be conquered. I always dreamt about an eternal Rome. Avalon could be the capital of that new empire. Emperor Sulla must hear about this.
No, I didn't play the first King Arthur game at all, no. Listen, strange women in pawns distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from the mandate of the masses, not some farcical aquatic ceremony.
Vesta is the goddess of home and life, and I walk her path. Eternal Rome must not become a realm of demons.
Oh, it will become a realm of demons.
This is my city.
The city belongs to the 9th Legion. The Flamand is correct. There's a chest back here. I hope it's got good loot. I'm really curious to see the city building element. Yeah, look, I did actually have extra potions. Why didn't I see those in battle? Rune of Orcus for weapons and jewelry and lar. Undying fire and hunger burns in this sculpture depicting Cactus, a fire-breathing giant, son of Vulcanus, the god of fire. Cacus had already been roaming one of the 7 hills of Rome before the founding of the city, terrorizing the countryside, consuming human flesh before he was slain by Heracles. All right, well, I think we got everything. I didn't see any other things other than that last chest, which the game was kind enough to mark on the map for us. Yeah. You keep going on about the 9th Legion, but there's only 3 of you? Listen, we had a whole Legion. Just that it took them a while to show up. They're not here yet. We found the remains of an ancient Roman colony. It seems the Romans have already been living in this savage island for a very long time. This will serve as our new military camp while we explore Avalon and find a way to open the gate to Emperor Sulla. Okay, everybody only got 1 level. So I guess you can't farm those skeletons. Umbral Lar. The reserve is placed with momentum for each hero, which grants 3 AP, but the hero starts their turn with 3 less AP next round. Oh, that's pretty cool. And Cacus Lar. Heroes cause burning damage with their basic attacks. 20% to burning damage. If their hero ends their turn with no burning unit within 2 turns, 2 ranges, they become chilled for 1 turn. I really like this, that you can like replace different abilities with these. We picked up the Rune of the Spear. 25% damage reduction for poison effects. Volley creates 1 projectile. Tribunus and Sicarius. I don't know what volley is. Rune of Shield Breaking. Ignore block values. And gain 3 movement AP for the first turn of a counter. Backstabbers. Rune of Dueling. Bonus to backstab attacks. Unfortunately, not for our character. Not for our backstab boy. Hadrian's Wall grants immunity to stun. Unbreakable armor when outnumbered. 10% damage for each hit received. Damage received by Overwatch is reduced by 50%. And movement. The Flamina gets Flame Shield. Deals 25% weapon damage to adjacent enemies. And taking vitality damage from a hit restores armor. Plus 15 vitality. Well, that's really nice. And then we got a handful of green items as well. 10% weapon damage for Necrosis. That's not bad for the Flamen. And a Tome of Resistance. 50% physical debuff and mental debuff for the next mission consumed on use. Many Romans have found refuge on Avalon, and now they are heeding my call to return to the colony we named Nova Roma. Vesta's fire flares again. We are grateful to you, Gaius Julius Mento, so we have chosen your military commander. I believe the soldiers of the 9th Legion also deserve a new life here, so I'll help you free them from the prison of Tartarus. At the same time, I'm asking you to support Vesta, the goddess of the hearth, and etc., etc. Now, my Flamen says Nova Roma could be the center of a new eternal empire, guarded by the 9th Legion, so the protector of the city could be none other than Orcus, god of the dead. In his name, his chosen, our Emperor Sulla will rule. Well, obviously, let's give it to the god of the dead. We've taken Nova Roma, and our living subjects are flocking back to the empty streets. With them comes an army of thieves and schemers, the spies of Camelot, and also Albina Virgilla's surviving vassals. It's going to be trouble. As the denizens of Tartarus, I have no choice but to mingle with the mortals and expose their secrets. I request permission to set up our own spy network, says Octavius Remus. Wise words from a simple legionary, surprisingly so. If you wouldn't serve the 9th Legion to eternity, I'd be suspicious. 250 gold to train spies, or forbid it. Decreased loyalty. Train spies. We have a court. We have Lars. Our morality chart has given us 100% goal for our decrees. We can get extra paper. Can we field more than 9? Yes, there's 6 slots it looks like here. What is volley? Do you get volley? No. So this is a cool weapon, but it's obviously made for the Sicarius, who we could probably make a poison volley character. We got the bleed stuff. Reduce damage from Overwatch, plus movement AP, unbreakable armor when in a duel. Hadrian's Wall. Damage for 1 turn for each hit received. All right, let's give this guy the Agile Sigil of Readiness. Can I equip both of these? No. I see. But we have 2 of these like anti-Sealy items. So I guess we'll equip that. We got a couple of level up points, which we can get to in a second. 3 damage against knocked down units. 5 damage in a duel, 3 damage for backstabs, plus 3 armor piercing. I mean, this just seems like it'll help you do more damage in general. Vitality and damage reduction while in cover. Oh, I see. +1 movement, increased bleeding. Unbreakable and... No, okay, you have the best item for that already. You get your Necrosis Amulet. It'll also give you this for the mental debuff resistance. Can we use these? Oh, no, they're just consumed automatically on use. Okay. Hadrian's Wall. Wall of Blades, Beam of Light, Protective Shield, Taunt, Shield Bash, Robust, Block Aura. So, hard to say whether this is also useful. You get +10 damage and you get unbreakable armor, but I'd lose 5 HP and the minus to bleeding effects. I think it's probably still worth putting that on. Ignore 50% of units' block values. 3 damage against knocked down units. Gain 3 HP. Nah, that Frenzied Rune of Exhaustion he has is just like too good. Bonus to burning damage is really good. Bonuses against the Lost and the 9th Legion. Interesting. Oh, I could give this guy +2 damage for Overwatch attacks. But compared to +2 damage for basic melee, I think he's already got what he needs. These are identical items. And that just gives you movement. Which is probably not bad for you. Let us give her this crazy torch. Flame Shield does bonuses. Vitality restores armor. If this is the case, I think I have to take Flame Shield. Target gains a Flame Shield that does 25% of the hero's weapon damage. Feels like a bit of a no-brainer. And I mean, for everybody else, you got 2 points. You've already got this backstab. We could get 15% for strike. He does use strike quite a lot. Becoming immune to opportunity attacks would let me backstab people a lot easier. I am going to just take that. In the meantime, we have our caster here. Base damage for all necrosis. Necrosis damage increases 30% faster. Holy Chain, increased duration. Reduce cost for desecration, so it's only 2 AP. Or Death Hex also causes vulnerability. The only problem with Death Hex is because it and Grave Conduit cost all of his AP. That's kind of his like only attack right now. I could steal Vigor because I don't really like Flamina being in combat that much. Which would allow for like Death Hex Grave Conduits. Alternatively, we could just throw Necrosis on everybody. Hero gains 5 weapon damage for each unit that dies while suffering from Necrosis until the end of the encounter. Units suffering from Necrosis also lose 1 armor at the start of their turn. So that's like -1 armor to every single character. With a chunk of damage. Your cooldown is 3. We could make your cooldown 1. Corruption lasts indefinitely. I didn't even realize there's a bunch of locked skills here. There's so many different builds you can make. Hex intensity. I really like the hexes on this guy. They seem like quite fun. %20 vulnerability. I wish it would spread further. 1, 2, 3, and 5. How much AP do you have? You have 8. That's a cooldown of 3. That's a cooldown of 0. Yeah, you know what? Let's take Viral Blight. And Dread. This way he can just stack vulnerability on a ton of different people. And finally, our tanky boy. Protective shield cooldown reduced by 1. Also removes status effects. Chills attackers. I do kind of like the idea of this knockdown effect on the strike. What I really want to do is just like increase this guy's opportunity attack damage. 10% weapon damage for each ally within 1 tile. You can also block flanking attacks. I mean, the ultimate skill. 4 blades start orbiting the hero for 3 turns. If an enemy moves to a tile adjacent to the hero or starts the turn there, the blades deal 75% weapon damage and cause bleeding. It costs 3 AP, so this is like effectively equivalent to 1 opportunity attack. Right now, he kills most things in a single opportunity attack or the secondary attack. I am kind of tempted to just double up on strike here. I think that's what we'll do. And finally, let's take a look at the city. The Tower of Knowledge. You can sacrifice unwanted relic items to gain relic dust and buy new relics that are unique. You can assign a hero from your hero list to this title. A building with an assigned leader gains additional benefits. Certain heroes have an effect on a title, so be sure to pay attention. The hero gains mental debuff resistance. 10% relic dust. Okay, all these are like cost upgrades. Scrolls cost no AP. Potions last +1 turns. You can buy unique relics from the relic dust. Are these the unique relics? Oh, I guess they are. Yes, they totally are. Next attack gains 15 damage after they've dealt 100 damage. 2 AP for the first kill each turn. 3 damage for 2 turns for each kill. That's pretty nice. Newton, how you doing, dude? You're welcome. The Infliction skill applies necrosis for 2 turns on a target. Fill 1 consumable slot in the party with a common potion when resting. Oh, this is pretty nice Flamen abilities. Basic attacks cause shock. Gain additional damage for lost vitality. Bonuses to necrosis. AP cost for Overwatch to a minimum of 1. Overwatch attacks deal guaranteed maximum damage. Oof. Cool. Cool. All right, what else is in here? The War Council. +1 movement AP. Resources gathered during a mission. Gold gathered during a mission. Relic activation cost is reduced by 10. You can issue 1 decree after each mission. After you've issued a decree, you have to wait 5 missions until you can activate the same decree again. Ah, so this is our plunder decree here. We have access to now because we're part demon. Holding on, how have you been? I'm doing all right. Still trying to get over this bit of the cough, but you can activate Lar statues for positive and negative effects. Okay. Activate additional Lars. Skill points. It's kind of nice. Hero gains 10 dodge. The blacksmith allows you to upgrade all sorts of stuff and dismantle stuff. Light armors get 1 armor. Heavy armors get 1 armor. Ranged weapons, melee weapons get damage. Hero gains an extra armor every 5 levels. How do you know what your armor is? I can't tell. 6, 3. Oh, I guess that's it. It's either light or heavy. So these guys are heavy. These ones are light. Okay. And then the Field of Mars. Hero gains +1 damage every 5 levels. Permanent vitality for every current and prospective hero. +1 skill points. Physical debuff resist. All right. Well, extra armor, I guess, makes the most sense for like our tank. The bonus to movement, I think I would like on Gaius. 10% dodge. +1 damage. I guess I would put on my Flamen. Oh, interesting. Okay, these guys are both demonic. Octavius is neutral, and Albina is humanity. So she could get mental debuff, or she could get dodge. I guess we'll give her dodge. And now we have all sorts of locations opening, though only 1 quest. So I think it's probably we do this quest and then it starts giving us like more places that we can go. The map is not that big. I mean, there's lots of room for spots and missions, but it's not too crazy. We make gold more than we make building resources, so I wonder maybe we should spend $1,000 stockpiling resources. Then we might as well plunder immediately. More relic dust per broken item. We could spend $500 on that. Permanent vitality. Bonuses to like armor or weapons. I mean, I feel like that's the right choice. Sirik, hello. How are you, dude? Cool. Avalon, part of the other world, it seems strangely commonplace. You didn't expect to have to hunt bandits hiding in the forest that surrounds our budding colony, but here we are. Captured a merchant who was bringing essential supplies for us. They are holding him in captivity, probably for ransom. Enemy types brigand, enemy types Roman. I like that it tells you like what types are coming in here, so you can like make sure you have the right weapons. There's a new hero, a gold reward, an obtainable lure, free Septimus the merchant. I guess if I was to do this, I would also want to look at grant 3 AP for 1 turn, but then lose it for the next turn. Yeah. I don't think I'd want any of those guys on. All right. So the merchant would be our next step. But it can't be our step today, because that's all the time we got. That's all we got for today. Taking a look at King Arthur Legion 9. This game's pretty fun. I've enjoyed it. I'm a little curious as to like where it goes, especially with the city building and the morality system. Right now it's like pretty black and white in what you do. But I'm curious as to like, you know, how many different endings are there? Are there different endings if you go neutral versus demonic, full demonic, or full humanity? It's pretty cute. I think this is going to be all of our look at it, though, because we're back next week with finishing off Stellaris. We're back next week with a little bit of like Men at War and a few other new games as well. So thank you for joining us in the meantime for our first look at King Arthur.